Once again, welcome everyone. Today we are going to learn about a quick challenge, the challenge which I'm running to make sure those who are preparing for interviews completed their course and to see whether they are in a right journey or not, whether they are practicing or whether they are going in a right path or not. That's a first goal for me to run this quick challenge. Okay. And I'll share more details about the challenge in a while. Uh, for now, let's say that the moment we complete a course, we might see a lot of challenges. People with a various backgrounds or various places where you have learned the course. Maybe somebody haven't got a proper training or somebody got a proper training, but they are missing something. But we don't know. Somehow they are not able to get their dream jobs. They are stuck somewhere. Now we need to find out the reasons why we stuck them. Okay. Now let's understand whenever we say or talk about this kind of things, this practice challenge is going to help you understand, first of all, what exactly I learned so far, what companies are expecting, and where are the gaps, what I supposed to learn, right? So with this challenge, once those who participate in a challenge and you complete with this challenge, then I'll be able to give you the feedback exactly where you are standing and the areas for you to focus on. Okay. So let's understand this overall concept of it. So with this, I'll just give you an introduction about this challenge, what and all you are going to do, and what I'm going to help you during this time. And after the challenge, what do we have to fill the gaps in case somebody is more interested or not? Okay. Without further delay, let's continue from here. If somebody has any specific questions or some suggestions or something they wanted to know very particularly, do let me know so that I'll be able to cover that as well as you guys requested. And anything particularly somebody wanted to know about it or the agenda that I mentioned here, the particularly the one about the challenge to know where you are exactly standing about your preparation levels. Apart from that, if you guys have it, please do drop a message so that I'll be aware about it. Okay. I'll try to catch up with those things. All right. Let me continue from here. So particularly wherever you complete your SAP FICO courses or any module for that reason, we see the next step in our career goal as to crack an interview and settle down in a project. When you join in a project again, we might see some challenges. To overall, I wanted to complete a course, then I wanted to crack interview, then I wanted to lead my project or manage my project without struggles. This would be a common expectation for everyone, right? Now let's see, but what is happening reality? In reality, now majority of the people will complete the course. I believe people will start looking for a jobs only when they complete the course. If somebody without completing the course, if they are also trying, they might be experimenting how it works, but still that is okay. But let's see that how exactly it works and what you are targeting and what exactly that is, right? First, we know that people complete the course and they are attending interviews repeatedly. One interview are attended and you may or may not be able to crack the first one. There are some people who can crack the first interview, they get an offer. But there are some people they don't get it. That is still okay. That is not a bad thing. It's a quite common thing which happens majority of the times. Now, the major thing lies here whenever we are not able to crack any interview, be it a first interview or a 10th interview or a 20th interview, our next step or a goal is to analyze and see why did I why I didn't crack it? Why didn't I get an offer? Where am I missing? What are my gaps in that? Isn't it? Or is it that not important for us to understand the gaps before we proceed? Right? We need to understand the gaps first. Only then it will help us to proceed further easily. Okay. Next, what happens? People after attending it, or somebody who cracks it also, or not able to crack it. Major reasons is like they are struggling to explain in interviews whenever they are facing with scenario based questions. Hope all of you will agree, those who attended interviews. In the responses I have seen, some of you attended 5 interviews, some of you given 10, some of you given many interviews. They haven't given a number because they're given many interviews. And even after that, in case, in case you guys were not being successful, might be one of these reasons. You are not able to explain the scenario based questions in a right way. So you might know that configuration. It doesn't mean that you don't know anything, right? You know the configuration, but you are not able to manage it, or you are not able to answer it, what they are expecting or what they are asking for it, right? Now, how am I going to handle this kind of situations? Okay. Now that that is a one side of it. There is another side. Though I know what to explain everything, still you lack the confidence somewhere. Why you are lacking? Because you don't know, because you have never worked in a real-time environment. The scenario that you learned from your trainers, or somebody explained you this topic, or you got this topic from one of the platforms, but still you are not confident enough. There are again multiple reasons why you are not confident enough. One, you haven't practically tested this in a system is one reason. And other one, you don't know exactly whether this solution is going to work or not in my production system. That might be the reason, right? So that confidence levels, maybe some people are lacking. Though you know the subject, but still you are lacking something. That's one side of it. Other side, there are some people who are confused, maybe for certain scenarios when they are asking in interviews, what's exactly they are asking for, I don't know. Whether the answer that I'm going to give, whether it is going to be right or not, I'm not sure, right? Whenever you have that confusion, then your confidence levels are not really good. That's another reason people are struggling it, unable to clear the interviews. So we need to build some confidence. How will you build the confidence? I'll help you. I'll show you with some examples and some scenarios how you can build your confidence. Okay. Now to proceed with the next thing and to see what else is the other challenges because of the many reasons. Not only this, there can be many other reasons. The final result would be no offers in hand. We are missing that offers. Or also you will get a frustration on your career. Array, I'm not able to crack it. What should I do next? There might be a lot of other responsibilities, commitments that you have it, the deadline that you had it, that you are not able to crack it. You might see a lot of things. Now to solve all these things, whatever it may be. It might be some of these reasons, or apart from these reasons, if you guys think something else, please do send your comments and let me see what else do you think is bothering you in case you are not able to crack interview. Those who attended multiple interviews, and what is your one of the biggest uh, challenge that you have faced it, or one or two, whatever you guys wanted to drop it. Do let me know in a comment section or in a chat section, or you guys, somebody wanted to unmute and say your reasons, feel free to raise your hands. We can talk about it, particularly those reasons. I can also address them live right now. So you are free to address, or if you're free to share your challenges or a fear. Why do you think you are missing your offers? Maybe somebody has it. Please feel free to share it so that I can address them. Okay, as we are speaking. Either you can type it or you can raise your hand so that we can talk. Okay, functional specifications. I hear Naveen. Okay, so we'll talk about that. The functional specifications also one of the challenge. Agree? Yeah. Now there are more reasons which I'm going to tell you why candidates fail interviews generally. First thing, if you look into this, theoretical knowledge only. People has only theoretical knowledge, like Naveen mentioned. So there is no functional specification knowledge, or I don't know how to prepare a functional specification documents, which is like a little bit of practical approach. I don't know practically how it works, what it is there, how to bring it. That's all about your practical knowledge. Now, you have never taken any mock interviews and you are trying on your own. You have completed training from your trainers or from your mentors or wherever you found your self-study material from somewhere and you've been preparing it and you are not able to crack it. Yeah, I got your point, Jitendra. Mandatory implementation project, unrelated questions. When many of us are working in rollout or migration projects, we don't get that opportunity. Though you are working for a long time in support projects, where do I get that implementation experience? People are asking for it, but I worked on a support project for last 5 years. Fortunately or unfortunately, I struck there. But now they are looking for a candidate who has at least 1 or 2 implementation projects experience or 1 or 2 years of implementation experience. How do I get it? Right? So now we need to look into that aspect as well, right? And though you have working experience, like I mentioned, similar thing, like Jitendra, what he was saying it, we have difficulty in explaining the configurations as per business requirement. That is where we are lacking the implementation experiences. We are lacking implementation experience. So I'm not able to explain it the way what they are explained, what they are looking for. Now they are particularly looking, this is what my business scenario, how are you going to configure for this requirement? Now we need to understand when we are in a support projects, how better you are utilizing your time, how better you are upgrading your skills. So now SAP world is not just about you work for 5 years or 10 years and you apply for the next job. There might be some difficulty that you face it depending on what you handled so far, right? We need to understand all that. Otherwise, it's not easy for us to directly say that though you contain a lot of years of experience, it is not straightforward that you will get an offer. Maybe the fresher also can get an offer if they are good enough with conceptually and also practically if they can convince it. If let's say that other person carries 10 years of experience in SAP, really he worked for it, but he's not able to articulate what they are looking for. Yes, like Krishna is saying, missing SAP terminology. For example, we know the answer, but are not able to understand the question because we don't have hands-on experience. Yes, of course, it happens. When I don't practice enough, at least, this also happens. Or I practiced, but I never had that practical experience. I don't know how exactly I should put all my understanding into that terminology. I practiced well, I know subject, but I can explain in my own language, but not in SAP terminology or not in a business terminology. That is also another challenge. I'm not talking about only the communication skills, but it is all about business skills. Business process knowledge is also another key factor. Okay. Now, what else do we have it? If I see that you are missing some mentoring support, you don't have a proper guidance from your experts. Maybe you need somebody who can hold your hand and help you where you are exactly standing and evaluate your current situation and help you to overcome your challenges. Now you need to discuss with your mentor and see this is what my practice is, this is where I'm standing. I'm not able to crack it because of I don't know the reason. Or these are the reasons that I'm not able to crack. I don't know how to come out of this. You need some plan, somebody to motivate, somebody to guide you, right? When I don't know something, I need to approach somebody who is expert in that. Otherwise, I don't know how to handle the situation, right? Now, you need to have a proper mentor support as well. Make sure in your journey you choose the right mentor who can help you. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you. Okay, so that's one of the reasons, and so on. There will be many other reasons. If somebody thinks about some other reasons, or in your real time, or in your real life, if you faced any other challenges, why you are failing it, if you think you have another reason than this, feel free to drop me in the chat section so that we'll see that. We'll also read and we'll try to address how to handle them or how can you manage it if that is your challenge. Maybe person to person, there might be different reasons, right? Your strengths also matters. Why you are not able to utilize all your strengths, and there might be some weaknesses because of that I'm not able to perform well, so I'm failing it. Many other reasons. Okay, there are many other unknown reasons here, but we'll talk about that in the upcoming journey. Okay, now why do you think the mock interviews are important? Why can't I prepare directly and appear for interviews? If you look into it, when you give a mock interview with the experts, you will get to know how exactly the real interviews are going to happen. You will feel that so that your knowledge will be tested in a mock interviews and see maybe it will help you to manage the time. It will also help you to see how well you are able to recollect all that you studied and practiced and able to articulate it. That is also important thing, right? You articulate that in a mock interview. and get a feedback from your mentor and see work out on the shortcomings, so that will give you some confidence, that will build you some confidence. So lack of mock interviews is also one of the reason. When I talk to my previous batch students, I have seen that challenge where people are failing because they were not able to crack their interview. At least they thought, if I had given some mock interviews, that would have helped me, right? That's where I started designing in my interview, in my training sessions, particularly all my students will get mock interviews within the course, right? As a part of course, without any additional charges, I provide them mock interviews so that once they're done with the course, at least they can take up some mock interviews and get some feedback so that they can, once they work out on the shortcomings, they can confidently get into the next interviews. That's one of the important factor why you need to have a mock interviews. Okay. And that will clearly helps you identify your gaps. That's what I was saying it. The mock interviews will help you to see where exactly you are standing and what are your gaps, in the sense whether it is a knowledge wise or any other skills or whatever it may be. Then you will work out on that when you hear your gaps. Maybe from my side, I may not be able to make out my gaps, right? For that reason, what we need to do, we need to make sure we understand our gaps and work out on the gaps. That's most important thing. Then the way you are answering also matters. Maybe earlier the Krishna was saying, we know the answer, but we don't know certain business terminologies or SAP terminologies, and I don't know how to put that in a right way. That's the structure that I'm talking about. You need to put all your answer in a structured way. Whenever they're asking for scenario based question, not straight away you start with a T code or something else. You need to know what is the best approach. How should I start with? Right? I start this way and you explain in a proper way, only then they will be able to relate and they can believe, or they will get some confidence on candidate. Yes, this candidate is a right fit for my project. That's what we need to bring that. Okay. So you need to improve that answer structure, how you are going to answer it. I'm going to help you guys with how to make the structured answers. Okay. And with all that, you will gain confidence. Once you get the confidence, then you can at least give your best whenever you wanted to do that. Okay. Typically, generally, wherever you see outside, people will charge somewhere like 1,000 to 2,000 rupees per one mock interview. But whereas I'm doing it free of cost for all our students in the as a part of the course, there is no limit on number of mock interviews that I take it. Once they enroll with us, we help them with a free mock interviews. Okay. So they are free to take any time they need. So there are many of my students as well in this session. They can also share their feedback, how they experience the mock interviews. Okay. Maybe rather than I ask my students from this session to talk about it, right? You guys also can refer to the testimonials some of those students has given from here about all the mock interviews and all other mentoring things that I had given it. Maybe in case you guys need a link, I can also share the link in a chat session. Maybe let me know if you guys wanted to read those comments so that I can send you in a chat session. Say yes, so that I can send you the link for you to refer to all the comments or the feedback what other students has given. Okay. So, or if you guys wanted to scan it or take a screenshot of it later, you can scan this QR code and read it. Anything is fine. Okay. So then let's continue. I don't want to spend too much of time on that. You guys can refer to that later. I'll send you the link so that you can refer to that. Okay. Now I'm talking about practice challenge. What is this all about? What is this practice challenge? What it is going to be? What are the things that you need to understand about this challenge? Okay, so let's cover that up. The challenge is particularly designed in a structured way to help all the FICO aspirants, those who completed their courses and preparing for the interviews, to crack the interviews easily. That's the main purpose of this challenge that I made it. Okay, where it will be covering the practical or the real time scenario based interview questions that has been faced by many candidates. At least I'll give 5 different tasks from entire FICO, which you will see that later how it is going to be. Each day you will get a task. That one major task might contain subtasks. Two test your knowledge and see how far you understood, how far you are practicing, how is your practice, whether you are practicing in a right manner or not. Everything will reveal it. You will be able to see that. Okay, with all these 5 different tasks. What are those tasks? Those who enroll for this challenge, they will get all these tasks one by one, and I'll help you guys to see how exactly you are going to work out on that. And once you start complete this task and submit your assignment, then I'll be evaluating that, and there will be a different criteria to evaluate it, and then I'll provide a feedback as well and how well you did it, right? So that it will help you to understand and see where you are standing, what are the things for you to understand. Everything I'll help you. Okay. So for that reason, what you need to do, you need to just complete the way that I'm going to tell you what are the things that you need to cover up as a part of this task and just submit your assignments. Okay. Now, with that, that will help you to become confident person for you to crack interview, or somebody who is already there in a projects and trying are not able to manage it and see some challenges to uh, manage their project. Also, it will boost your confidence to manage it confidently. You can manage it afterwards. That's what I'm aiming for. Okay. Now, what you will get, those who enroll for this challenge, what exactly you are going to get it in overall is like somebody who complete, or those whoever participate, right? All of them will get to entry for my one of the course plus the project preparations. Those who are able to successfully complete the free entry, there is a condition for a free entry. Those only for the first winner, they get 100% free of cost for my entire course plus project preparation. I'll just explain you that the remaining and the who is going to be eligible for that for a free, only for a limited people, but you will see other benefits for other participants, and you will get the structured interview preparation process. What are the methods that you need to follow? What should be the path that you need to start, and how you need to evaluate yourself, or how you need to work out on your gaps? All that things I'm going to help you. And I will also help you at least 2 mock interviews along with your resume preparation, so that you are at least covered before you give your next interviews. You can see where you are standing. Maybe one at the beginning of your preparation, and I'll give you the feedback. You work out on all the feedback, and you give one more interview just before you are appearing for any real interviews. That will give you some idea at least where exactly you are standing, right? And during this time, I will also help you to prepare your resume in a better manner. And I will also share the interview guide that I prepared. There are many people who already purchased this interview guide by spending some money, but I can show you how it is going to look like the interview guide, right? Somebody who wanted to see this, maybe let me show you this. So I'm sure some of you who purchased it, you can relate this one. This contains all real-time interview questions which has been asked in a previous interviews from the top companies like this. And this guide contains a lot of questions section wise. You can see that. And there are around 90, close to 90 questions is what we have. As a sample, I have also structured the answer, how you can explain it for any particular topic. Okay. This is how you are going to explain for the all those questions along with the answers. You are going to get this guide. This guide will help you to understand better and make sure you will be able to uh, answer very clearly in a structured manner in your interviews. Okay. So now that is the guide. All of you will get it. And you will also get a mentoring support from me directly to see where you are exactly standing, what are your gaps, how to prepare for the next interview, and all that stuff I'm going to help you. Okay. And then the project documentations, generally whatever the documents that we maintain in a projects, like your business blueprint documents, your BRD documents, functional specification documents, and various other documentations that we prepare as a consultant. I'll also help you guys to look into those documents. I'll share some templates and some documents from some of the projects, and some templates also I'll share it so that you can use some of the templates during your practice process. Okay. So, and what else you have it? And we'll also get access to SAP consultants the network of SAP consultants that we have it, so that whenever you need some help or have some questions, you can interact with them and get clarified. I'm going to provide you that professional network. And particularly for everyone, those who win it, maybe it's just a small token of appreciation from our side, where I'll be presenting that winning certificate for the winners, first to three winners, and the participation certificate for all other participants. Okay. And you will also can expect some referral bonus, those who are referring more candidates for our any programs for this challenge or any other program. And why do you think you should join this program? Is particularly you can join this because you have some challenges or you don't know how to crack the interviews and you wanted to know that the methodology or the best practices, how you can prepare for your next interview. If you are somebody who is looking for it, I would say this is one of the best things that you can go for it. Or somebody who already know all the answers, I know the practice, everything is fine. I'm lacking some confidence. I don't know, but I need some confidence so that I can easily crack it. If you are looking for that confidence levels to improve, yes, that will also help you. And you will also learn some project scenarios, real-time examples, along with the explanation how you are going to do that. Maybe we'll explain that as well for this during this challenge, and after the challenge I'll also explain you how exactly you need to crack it. Okay. And we'll also get mentoring support, so who need the mentoring support for some reasons, and you guys also look for it, then that will finally will help you to move closer to your goals that you have to become as a consultant. Okay. And then it's particularly suitable for whom, if you wanted to know that, the candidates who are preparing for interviews and you are preparing and keep on attending it and you are not able to crack it, or somebody who completed the course and planning to start it. And I would say at least the minimum criteria, I would say you should have completed the course, otherwise there is no point that you take up this challenge, right? So minimum thing is you should have completed the course and you are in the journey of preparing for interviews or attending some interviews. Okay. Then there are some consultants who are finding difficulty in managing their projects. Yes, this is also helpful for such candidates. And the learners who need structured interview preparation, particularly somebody who prepared when they are giving interviews, but they might be lacking something. So those candidates can also appear for this one, which is going to be helpful. Okay. And so what is the reward? Like I mentioned earlier, there is some conditions for the winners, right? Those who participate in this challenge, I have some categories. The first winner is going to get free entry to my next training program, that is 2.0 program, Crack and Conquer. There was a 1.0 which we conducted a few months back. I would say I was super happy with the participants. Whoever has attended, they got really good confidence, and most of them also got a job after attending it. Maybe not all of them my students, and some of them they completed their course from different trainers, but they were lacking some, they had some gaps. They were lacking something. They don't know what exactly they were lacking. Then with a lot of requests, then I launched this along with my students. Then we had that mix of conversation with the students. And then after end of that sessions, they were able to crack the interview. So I see many people now in the jobs who got after 1.0 program. Now with that, I'm coming up with now 2.0, Crack and Conquer 2.0, and where the first winner will get direct access to this at free of cost. Okay, the first winner. And what if there is another person, which is might be a very close to first winner, and this person is going to get 50% of the discount on a course fee or 10,000 rupees, whichever is lower, whether it is a, if I'm going to fix the course fee as like 25,000, if the 50% will become 12,500 or 10,000, whichever is lower, they will get at least 10,000 rupees as a discount now. Or if the course fees itself is, let's say, for example, 18,000, right? Then the lower of 50% is 9,000. At least they will get 9,000 as a discount. Or you can expect that 50% at least on that. Up to 10,000 rupees is what I would say. You can expect a discount on the course for the second winner. And the third winner is going to get a 30% similar to that or 7,500, whichever is the lower. Okay. And these are the benefits for the winners particularly. For all the participants, those who participate, they will also get the best discount for any one of our courses that they wanted to go for it. Whether they wanted to go for a complete course or whether they wanted to go for only interview preparations, right? Or anything that they are looking for it, they are going to get the best discounts. And whatever the challenge entry fee that they are going to pay, at least they will get that fee as a discount along with additional discounts. Okay. So we'll see that. So what whoever is interested, again, this will be for a limited period that I'll allow it. Those who enter for this challenge, that challenge validity for the next course valid until 30th of June. Any course that we begin before 30th June, these people can enroll for that one. Okay. So that why I made until only June, because now we are in the process of learning something and cracking some interviews. Then what is the point if I want to pursue my goals after 3 months or 4 months, right? So most probably within 3 months or 4 months, if you wanted to crack your interview or settle down in your career, that's the one best thing that you can do for your career rather than you delaying your goals. So indirectly, I'm encouraging you all to pursue your goals faster way rather than delaying it for later period. Okay. So now proceeding further, maybe you might have the how should I enter for this challenge? What is there? What should be the next process to initiate this challenge? Where I'll share the link with the interested participants. Confirm me in comment section or I mean in the chat. Those are interested, say interested, so that I'll send the link only to the interested participants. I will have all your contact details in the registration form, but let me know those are interested as a S. Then I'll send you the link with only with the interested participants. Okay. So this entry will require, this challenge would require 3,000 rupees of fee. Within this 3,000, what you are going to get, like I mentioned earlier, you are going to get all these things, right? For this 3,000 rupees, you get all these things. To get at least for a 2 mock interviews, you need to spend 2,000 rupees. If you want to go with somewhere else, you need to spend at least 2,000 rupees for a mock interviews. And this SAP interview guide again, at least which I'm giving it for a 600 rupees, that also you will get it, which is like 2,600 already you got it. And anything that you wanted to get it, right? Or need some mentoring and all these things, if you see whatever 3,000 you are paying, here itself you will get that 3,000 worth of it. This is just a value that you get for this 3,000 rupees for what you are paying it. And apart from that, you are going to get then later entry to your complete course, maybe at a free of cost or with the best discount price, or whatever the best possible thing. Okay. Now, apart from that, you will get a for all our alumni. So you will get a free entry for this challenge. All the alumni from 2503 batch onwards from last year, whoever has enrolled with us, they will get a free entry without any conditions. No conditions attached. All of you will get for free entry in case your batch starting is 2503 or later. Okay. So when I roll out a form, you fill your batch details there. Absolutely will get a free entry to this batch. Okay. All right. That's a minimum criteria or how you guys are going to enter into the challenge. Now with this respect to challenge, so for a registration, I'll share the link shortly with all the confirmed participants along with all our alumni will get it. Then what I'll do is I will also give other information about how we are going to run this challenge. This challenge starting from tomorrow will start it. Those who are interested, I would encourage you to confirm your participation tomorrow or as soon as you get a link to register it. Okay. So I'll send all the details and the instructions along with the form so that you guys can register for it. Then I'll help you to take up the rest of the things from there on. Okay. So we'll have from tomorrow for the next 5 days, maybe every day or some alternative days. I'll let you know when you attend the first session tomorrow, maybe tomorrow evening sometime or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, somewhere like Indian time, 8 p.m. We'll have the session in the tomorrow evening about the first challenge. Out of this challenge, like I mentioned, there are 5 different tasks which I'm going to give it to you to test your knowledge and understanding so far where you are standing. With that, you will be able to see where you are standing and what else you needed to learn, right? Then one first task, I'll give it. Then you take your time and submit it. I would say there is some criteria to evaluate all your entries or the projects or assignment that you are going to submit. First thing is speed and accuracy. You should be in a position to complete as early as possible and with accurately as whatever the task that you get it. Task is all about majority to know your configuration knowledge and how well you can bring some business process configuration into live, right? Don't worry whether you are able to do it or not able to do it. That is going to help you. If you are able to participate, that's where at least you will understand where you are standing. Now, today you are thinking about it, whether I can do it or not. Tomorrow in a project, there is no other option for you. You have to do it, right? You need to understand the business process. You have to configure it. Otherwise, there is no other go for you. Nobody will spare. Nobody, you can't expect a KT. Somebody will help me. Somebody will do that. Nobody will do your work. Nobody is going to support you. Nobody is going to give you the KT. Just for the namesake, you will have a KT for a day or two, but you don't know what they are going to tell you. They will simply cover up something and they will jump into their next roles. The person, whoever is giving a KT, might be leaving the organization. Why do you think you will care for it? Now we need to be smart to get all the information from them what I need, right? For that reason, start looking into it a practical angle from now on so that we can see that how exactly we are going to do it. Okay, that's a quick thing that I just wanted to encourage you all for this. Maybe I'll stop here and allow you guys to ask any questions if you have it.